What it do, YouTube? Your boy Playoff Don is back with another video. We made it. We made it. We made it, y'all. The NFL season is finally upon us. Not the fake preseason stuff that I don't want to pay no attention to. Now, yes, that's good to get our mouths watered and our fingers cooking, but that ain't the real stuff. The real stuff takes place tomorrow night. Yes, sir. Chiefs Lions kicks off the 2023 NFL season. I couldn't be happier. I know y'all couldn't be happier. And I'm more ready for this season than I've been in a long time. We got a lot of good teams. Especially a lot of good AFC teams. A lot of elite quarterbacks, a lot of high-powered offenses, a lot of good defenses, a lot of intriguing storylines as well, a lot of subplots we also got going. You know, what does Aaron Rodgers look like on his new team now that he's 40 years old? No longer with the Green Bay Packers, now with the New York Jets. New team, new build, new agenda. What does Rodgers look like? Is Rodgers still good? Is Deshaun Watson still good? Can he still play at a high level after not really playing a full season since 2020? Are the Minnesota Vikings fraudulent? Did they have a fraudulent season last year? Are they nowhere near as good of a 13-win team? Are they a real 13-win team or not? Are the Detroit Lions up next? So many different storylines to look forward to for this year. But there's three in particular that I want to pay attention to. The first one, my first one at least, is regression due for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Eagles ran through everybody last year. They dominated the competition. They only lost 2 games in the regular season, if I'm not mistaken. And one of them was because they had a bunch of fluky turnovers, and another one they just didn't have their quarterback. A couple of them, they didn't have their quarterback, actually. Yeah, but they dominated. They absolutely dominated. And all the way to the Super Bowl, they ran through the Giants. They ran through the 49ers. Almost ran through the Chiefs, but then that game got a little wild there at the end. Great game, though. But I'm not even just talking about Super Bowl hangover here, which is what everybody's going to think about because they just lost in the Super Bowl. But I'm like, not just a team just falling off. It's like when you look at the roster that they have, it's a bunch of great players for sure. But they do have a lot of aging vets on their team. There's a lot of, if you check their roster, you check the ages, a lot of dudes over the age of 30 on that team. And in basketball, I don't really care too much about that because we've seen dudes play until they're 37, 38. Not too much in football. And I worry about guys like Fletcher Cox, who was incredible last season. Guys like Brandon Graham, who were really good last season, but again, 34, 35, something like that. Guys like Darius Slay. Guys like James Bradbury. Both of those guys are over 30. Guys like Jason Kelsey. Guys like Lane Johnson. Super vital players to Philly's success last year. Super important players that all had, if not career years, then one of the best seasons that they've had since they've been in the league. And I know the Eagles have a ton of depth, and they got young guys on the way to supplant these older vets and, lead the future. But are those guys going to be ready? Guys like Jalen Carter. I know we all love the talent, and he most certainly is talented, but is he ready to replace Fletcher Cox's production right away as a pass rusher? I don't know. Is you know, what's the edge rusher's name? I'm blanking. Nolan Smith, is he ready to step in and become a quality edge rusher right out the gate? I don't know. You know, they had some aging vets, and they were also incredibly healthy a year ago. If you watch football, you know, teams don't really, most teams in the NFL, they lose dudes constantly throughout the season. And the teams that are the healthiest, they usually go pretty far. You know, teams like Minnesota winning 13 games because their team was incredibly healthy last year. Teams like Philly winning 13 games because the team was incredibly healthy last year. Usually that tends to regress, and I don't want to wish injury on anybody, but that's just how it goes in the NFL. You know, what is it going to look like if somebody misses 2 games here, another dude misses half the season here, another dude misses 4 games here? I'm just curious. They also have a much tougher schedule as well than they did a year ago. You know, they played, you know, a lot of AFC South, a lot of that going on. A lot of NFC South, a lot of NFC North, not great. Not NFC South, I'm sorry, a lot of NFC North, which was not a great division last year. I'm keeping my eye out for the Eagles. They should still be a good team, but I want to see, I'm pretty sure they're going to regress. I want to see how bad the regression is, pretty much. I still believe in them, but as far as like them being automatically put them back in the Super Bowl, I'd say pump your brakes. You know, this is something I'm looking out for. Another thing I'm looking out for, another storyline, is the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens, you know, they just switched offensive coordinators. They brought in some new receivers for Lamar. You know, Ravens fans, even Lamar Jackson fans in the media, they've been crying to get this man some receiver help, get this man some help on the perimeter. And they believe they found it in Odell Beckham Jr. They got Rashad Bateman. Hopefully he's healthy now. They drafted Zay Flowers out of Boston College, who I really like. This is, without a doubt, the best receiving core that Lamar Jackson's had since he's been in the NFL. New offensive coordinator, Greg Roman's out. They felt like the scheme was too run heavy. Spread the offense out more for Lamar because this run heavy triple option approach has a ceiling on it. And we've seen that for the past couple years. That's what everyone's saying. Is this really the offense that Lamar Jackson needs to get the Ravens over the hump? To enter that true upper echelon of quarterbacks? Is this it? Is this really the best offense for Lamar Jackson at this point in his career? I am dying to see it, and so is everybody. I want to see what it looks like. And one last thing, if you know me, if you know this channel, you already know, it's the young quarterbacks, man. I love watching the young quarterbacks come into the league, do their thing, grow week by week, season by season. Just watch them figure out the game. Watch the game slow down for these young guys. How comfortable does Bryce Young look as comfortable as he did in college, even though the competition's way stiffer and a lot quicker and a lot bigger, a lot faster, a lot smarter? How comfortable does Bryce look? I think he's gonna look cool as a cucumber, but of course, we gotta see it. How does CJ Stroud look on the Houston Texans? They've completely changed everything around. They got him a couple receivers, decent offensive line. We know Stroud is more of like for lack of a better term, more of like a game manager type quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, he's really good when he's working from a stable platform and a reliable system to go off of, how comfortable does he look? What does Anthony Richardson look like? Is the athleticism? Is it real? Is he really as glitchy of an athlete as his combine number said he is? Is he really going to be a top 3 quarterback rushing threat right out the gate? I want to see. And not just the rookies, also some other guys. Like, I'm very excited to watch Jordan Love finally get his chance with the Green Bay Packers for a full season. I think Love's going to be pretty good. I believe in Jordan Love. I believed in him coming out of Utah State. Thought the talent was out of this world. He just needs some seasoning. This is finally his shot. He's got an amazing offensive line. He's got a good play caller, a run game, receivers. Is Jordan Love gonna lead this next chapter of Green Bay Packers greatness? You know, I'm ready to see that. I'm ready to see what Justin Fields looks like as well. I think they play. I think Green Bay and Chicago played this weekend, I believe. So I get this. Awesome. Great. Now, what does Justin Fields look like? Has he grown as a passer? Has he learned how to stop staring at one read and getting his receivers either killed or heaving it up into double coverage? What does Justin Fields look like? Has he improved as a passer? So many different things to look at, and I am deathly excited for the season. I am ready to dodge all my responsibilities and just lock in, glued to the TV. I'm ready. I'm so ready. Tomorrow is the kickoff for NFL season. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to for this season. What storyline are you looking forward to? What team are you higher on? What team are you lower on? Any bold predictions? I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear the feedback. Is there anything I'm missing? You never know. So, yeah, I'm stupid excited. It's hard to contain my excitement. But this has been Playoff Don. Y'all enjoy week 1, and I most likely will be back with reactions to tomorrow's game, as well as reactions after week 1, after Sunday's games as well. But yes, this has been Playoff Don. I'm out for the night. Y'all take it easy.